Okay, we are live here on Facebook and YouTube. Looking forward to another fantastic show here on Spark Live. Our title today is Make Your Team a Lean, Mean Marketing Machine. So while we get people on, we are going to take just a small break to give people a time to come on in. All right. I don't know. That's Matthew McConaughey from somewhere.
Pretty much all the time, I think.
All the time. Yeah, there it is. Well, I tell you, again, we are going to be talking about making your team a lean, mean marketing machine. Some of the things that we're just going to cover really is where does your marketing come from and why it's so important to get your team involved. So we're just going to jump right in. So Carter, talk a little bit about the marketing partners that bring those opportunities.
So we've talked a lot about in the past how marketing is a team sport. And there's this tendency that business owners have, especially service business owners in blue collar trades, this feeling like, well, I should just be able to hire a marketing company and stroke a check every month. And then they just do what they do. And my phones ring and the leads are coming in and everything's good. And I don't need to communicate with them. And, it's just a one-way relationship where, the two-way part of it is I write a check and they deliver results. But you and I know, after having worked with clients that have that mentality, it rarely works well. And having a client who is aware that marketing, in order for it to be effective, is a team sport, and getting as many people involved in that sport and on the team as possible is just crucial to making your marketing as successful as possible and to maximize the dollars that you spend, right? To get more out of the money that you're spending. So, just let me talk for a minute about those sources. Like, who should be on your team, your marketing team? If it's a team sport, then you need to be thinking about the agency that you're paying, right? Your marketing agency. That's people like us at Spark Marketer. Referral partners. These are people in your community, people who are a part of your BNI group. If you're a part of BNI, then those are your referral partners. Just expecting them to send you business means that they're going to be if they send you anything at all, they're going to be sending you stuff that's not what you're really looking for. You're going to be disappointed that they're not really giving you much to go on, right? So making sure that they're a part of the team, but making sure they know what their role is on that team, right? What position are they playing? Being clear with them about what you're looking for and the kinds of leads that you're interested in and what you're doing with your marketing. When they have a full picture of that, they can start bringing you amazingly qualified leads. Also on the team, right? Your existing customers. They're a fantastic source of referrals, but they need to know what kind of business you're really looking for. If they're sending you business for services you don't even perform, what good is that, right? So getting them clued in. Another source, of course, would be trade shows. And the list goes on and on and on. But making sure that your team is well-defined and that they're equipped. They know what positions they're playing. They know, what they can do to help you in your marketing, and they're cooperating with that. Your employees, we should say that as well, right? That's not on the list here on my screen, but my gosh, we've talked about that in the past on Facebook Live. Your employees are one of the best sources. They're your best players in terms of what they can bring for you. Just getting them clued in. The lead is the seed, right? That's the start of everything big, right? Massive trees in the forest. The redwoods in California started as a seed. And if you know what you're doing and you're getting your team to help you garden, right? All those team members, the agencies, the referral partners, the services that you're using, your customers, your employees, then they can all help you garden and let those seeds grow to turn into an amazing result for years to come.
So I just want to pause here a minute. I'm gonna do two things. One is if you've come into the channel, make sure you let us know who you are. We want to say hello to you. Just tap in. If you could also give us a like, that would be great. Just because that's what Facebook likes, is all those likes. So that would be awesome. But I want to just say one thing is, most of the time when we say, create a lean, mean marketing machine, and then you add that with your team, make that team, we always internalize and think our team is just our employees, us and our employees. So I'm glad we started here so that people can realize who exactly is on their team. We get really short-sighted with that. And so, hey, Linda, how are you? Glad to see you here. We are so short-sighted at times. We think so internally. And if I can do anything with this, I would love for people to start thinking of their team as external, because that's the only way that we can leverage our relationships. And that's really what we're talking about, is leveraging the relationships we have in our community and in our business, so that we can reach not just the people we know, but the people that they know, and the people, and it just kind of extends out. I think that's really, really good. Hey, Michael, glad to see you here from California. Renee, so glad you're here. Just really, really pleased that you guys show up every week. Thank you so much. It makes us feel great when you guys show up, I got to tell you. The other thing is, we also think about what we do as owners and how we need to do all of the things. We need to make all the videos and do all the writing and do the everythings. Make sure we're at the trade show, because nobody can do it as good as we can, right? So one of the things that I'm going to put out here is, one of the ways to make your team really shine is to let them do some of those things. Get those employees involved with doing FAQs. I think it's one of the greatest things. What would you do as a consumer if you went to one website and you typed in a question and all you got was a paragraph of text, as opposed to looking at a question and there's a video, not with just the owner, but with one of the employees talking about it, the CSR talking about, customer service and what they do and all the different planning. And these are all the things we don't think about as business owners. And a lot of it has to do with we're busy. Okay. We are busy. We're hammered. We're just trying to get the thing done. And to go back to your point, it's so much easier just to turn it over to somebody else, please. The problem with that is, if an agency does the same thing for everybody, it's the same thing for everybody. So you lose your culture, you use your distinctiveness in the market. So I think that's one of the reasons that is so important to do that. And then there's just the basic see me marketing. You want to talk about that a minute?
Yeah. So I'm amazed at, the teams that do really well that I see here in Nashville. There's this one company that I can't remember the name of the company. Do you remember the one with the pink trucks? And they say, we'll bring, you make the coffee, we'll bring the cup.
We'll bring the cup. It's a pink cup, and it's a glass company.
Yes, it is. And
I know exactly who you are.
You're right. It is glass.
Yeah, it's a glass company.
Yeah. So I'm always amazed when I see their trucks and a guy getting out of the truck. I mean, they're color coordinated. I mean, the truck is pink, the shirt is pink. The mug is pink too. You just know it. I don't think I've ever seen one except maybe on their commercial, but
yeah,
it's coordinated, right? You're I think that company just is one of those local examples, but what they've done is that company and their marketing has decided to just give their employees all of the things they need, right, to wear, to share, and show they care. So they show up. Everybody knows the brand. I can't remember the brand name because of course I can't, right?
Of course you can't, because you're trying to make a point.
How memorable it is, and I can't remember it. But it's you're giving them things that help them communicate the brand proposition, the quality of the company. All of those things are lined up. So it's a really good idea to help those people on your team by giving them a shirt, giving them shirts. And I'm talking about marketing beyond just the uniform. I mean, think about the company picnic, right? Every year you do a company picnic about this time. Make shirts for that year, right? Commemorate it as the 2021 annual company picnic, and get your team to submit designs and print the shirts, and everybody gets one. And not only everybody at the picnic, or all the employees at the picnic, but their kids and their spouses and family and everybody that showed up. Because what happens? They keep those shirts. They wear those shirts. They walk around. It's Evans Glass. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it.
That's it.
Tom on our team just tagged me.
And it's 3 generations, and I could see the 3rd generation and everything there. I know it when you're looking for the name.
Yes, Tom, appreciate it. Thanks for the assist. So, but what happens is at the picnic, everybody walks away with a T-shirt, but they're going to wear that T-shirt as just part of their normal wardrobe, right? So it's going to be out. They're going to be seen. This is just advertising. It's a way of letting people see, giving your employees ways to share your company with other people. Even if your employee isn't customer facing, that they interact with people who ask them, "Hey, where do you work?" So, simple business cards, they don't have to be expensive. They don't have to have, a lot of information on them, but just if everybody got business cards, they could share those cards. Or if everybody got, had available at work a stack of coupons or brochures or things that they could just give to neighbors around them and that sort of thing, you're equipping them. You're giving them things to wear, share, and show they care. So sometimes just having the spiffy stuff, the little leave behinds and swag items, just having a big box of pins in the back room and just letting your employees know, take a handful, don't be crazy, don't be greedy, but take some and just pass them out, give them to friends and family. Everybody needs a pin. It's a low cost way of just getting your name out there and marketing. And these are the things I'm thinking of just offhand. But I've seen some creative ways like Evans that, the mug that they bring to every single appointment. Mm-hmm. That everybody gets, even if they're not a customer, even if it's just a prospect and they're giving a proposal. It's great.
And I also, it's funny, you don't remember Evans, but I remember, you make the coffee, we'll bring the cup. I mean, that's the other thing. Sometimes it's the slogan that you remember. It may not, and I think that's the thing that we also forget is we need to be memorable in our markets. If we can be that company, I mean, I guarantee you, if you got on Google and said, go to Nashville and type in, who's the pink glass company? Evans will come up because they're the only pink glass company, or who says, you make the coffee, I'll bring the cup. I mean, those are things, to think about to really be memorable in your market. And
so
again,
I just typed pink glass company Nashville into Google, and the first result is Evans Glass Company.
There you go.
So that's how that works, right?
Yeah. So you don't necessarily, it's not that everybody has to know your name, but if they know who you are and can get close, Google can put 2 things together and figure out that it's you, which is really, really great. I mean, that's a great, great thing. And Tom said that's exactly what he searched for. It's exactly right. So some of you guys that came in late, just let us know you're here. Just type who you are in the comments, please. We want to make sure that we don't miss anybody. Want to say hi to everybody. And if you get a chance, give us a thumbs up and a like. That'd be awesome as we go here. So the next thing is, and everybody says, you guys, I had somebody say this the other day. You guys talk about reviews all the time. And it's like, yeah, we do. We talk about them all the time. The reason we talk about them all the time is because they're really all that important. I mean, they really, really are. I promise you, if we did not think they were important, we would not talk about them. I want all of y'all to know that. we think they are some of absolutely the most important thing. If you are not consistently out there getting reviews, and why are we talking about it with your lean mean marketing team? Because we find that most companies that aren't good at reviews or that are not getting consistent reviews, they have not taught their team. They're not working with their team on getting reviews. And guys, I've seen statistic over statistic over statistic. And it is amazing how many people will look for a service and then change their minds when they get to the reviews. They will actually move into someone else that has better reviews, more current reviews. So that company that they were looked at, whether it came through a Facebook ad, a Google ad, it doesn't matter where it came from, all the SEO, the website, they're doing all this work, and they get to the last step. They're gonna make that call, and they check the reviews, and they change their mind. It is really important. And we still have people that say, I just don't believe you. And it's like, okay, you don't have to. I'm just telling you, it really is. I mean, this is what we do for a living.
But it's kind of like okay, if you had a football team and you just got a whole bunch of guys together and said, let's play. And then the team you were playing got a whole bunch of guys together and spent, 3 weeks practicing, coming up with some plays and figuring out, who's playing what role and, getting kind of a groove going and establishing a real team. Who do you think is going to win the game most likely? Right. So having a team that knows what the playbook is and knows how to run the plays and can be counted on to do that, they're always going to be better performing in the long run. So when your employees know how to ask for a review, when they have rehearsed it, practiced it, they're going to show up on the field and do a whole lot better for getting those reviews for you than just leaving it to chance. And you can tell your employees till you're blue in the face, you need to help us get more reviews. You need to help us get more reviews. But if you've never helped them understand what that looks like, right? Like what the actual steps are to getting it done, they're not going to translate that into actual action. They're just going to feel browbeat that you've told them what they need to be doing, but you've not given them any of the equipment they need to be able to play in the game. So it's very important to get them clued into like exactly how it works. And there's some very practical things you can do too. I'm sorry, my throat is.
So I'll just kind of take it from here, let you get some water. The first thing, you need to have a system. You need to either buy into a system, create a system. There's apps, there's all kinds of things out there. So make sure that you are really investing in reviews, because I'm telling you, it's that important to do that. Make sure you've invested in scripts, that you know what you want your text to say, what you want your CSRs to say. And a lot of people don't realize you have to tell people over and over and over what you expect of them. And if you start telling them in the front end that once this is over, we're going to be asking you for a review, there's an expectation that is set. And if you keep that expectation driven, when you send them the email or the text and actually ask them in the long run, they're not surprised. They're going to get more reviews. I mean, you're going to get them. You've set it up. You've told them what you expect. And so these are all the things that you have to do. And I think role playing, what Carter said, is really important. I know one of the best things that's ever helped me with public speaking is taking an acting class many, many years ago, doing some improv, those kind of things. I mean, those things all help you, and they would help your techs, your CSRs, everybody that is part of your team, having the ability to role play and you having the ability as an owner to correct and then tell them what, it's that Jerry's on here, you got to inspect what you expect. So if you expect something and you've never gone through role play, you've never gone through a conversation with them and they go do it wrong, then it's not their fault. That's your fault. And the same thing as owners, it would be our fault. I mean, we have to take that responsibility. So those are just some of the things that I think you have to think about, that you've got to make time for. And all of you do have time. I know you're crazy busy, but everybody has rain days. Everybody has days that, that's kind of down. And if you have this as one of your backup plans, just kind of put in place. And then I think the last thing is the expectation that you're going to participate. We let people get away with not participating in our companies a lot of times because it's too much of a hassle. It's, whatever the reason is. We just don't always set the expectation that we want people to be a part of and participate in the things that drive business for us. And I think that is another thing that if we really do that it's going to really help us get those reviews.
They have to see employees have to see themselves as part of the team, right? And that they have a role in marketing that may not be what they thought they were hired for, right? I'm a tech, I work in accounting, or I work in the office. So what does what I do have to do with marketing? But I think if you can set a vision for what that really looks like in their position, like how we need you to do some of the marketing things that we need you to do, then they'll get on the bandwagon pretty quickly. And if you're handing them a shirt and get them a stack of business cards and saying, when you're out there in the world, even when you're not, on the clock, you have a chance to represent your company. And, taking pride in the job that you have, taking pride in the work that we do in our community means that we prosper. And when we prosper, we all prosper, right? When the company prospers, we all prosper. So casting a vision for that with your employees is a pretty important thing to do. And when you do that, that's what you end up with, is a team that is a lean, mean marketing machine.
Yeah, and Linda, I agree. Every morning meeting, they announce the reviews that come in each day.
Celebrating.
And celebrating those reviews and celebrating good jobs and celebrating the techs that get them. I think that is a wonderful way to just kind of embrace the people that work for you. And all of us want recognition. I don't care. I've got people that go, no, I really don't want to be recognized. Well, you may not want to be recognized publicly, but I guarantee you getting recognition just makes everybody feel good. And, don't feel like that your technicians, CSRs, the people that work for you don't appreciate just a thank you for doing a good job on whatever it is. So with that said, just a reminder that we do have playbooks, and most of you guys that are here today already know that and have gotten yours. I think that's fantastic. And this next week, I want everybody to be here. Tell everybody in the business, your friends, because this is really important, because we're going to hit on something that all of you are struggling with. And that is how marketing can help you find your best new employees. We have several things that we're going to share with you on this. I know a lot of people are doing one thing or another. You need to be in multiple places looking for employees in multiple ways. And really, it's no different than your overall marketing. If all you have is a website, you're missing out on what SEO can bring you, on what AdWords can bring you, on what Facebook ads can bring you, on what Google My Business can bring you. I mean, it's a holistic approach to marketing, and it's the same thing with your new employees. So tune in next week. And before I leave, I want to give anybody an opportunity to make any other comments or questions really quick. We're not going to be on here long, just a few seconds here. But if you've got anything else you want to contribute, always welcome your participation, and just appreciate you guys so very much. Hope you have a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. I know that I'm going to be in the mountains a couple of days. Carter's celebrating with family, so please take some time off, enjoy barbecue, and I hope you don't get rained on. So thanks so much, and we will see you next week on how marketing can help you find your best new employees.